It's alright. I know, 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 I've been lied to my whole life. Now I found truth. It's alright. I know, 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 all I know is hustle, 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 hard. All I know is hustle, hustle. Oh Lord, all I know is hustle, 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 hard. All I know is hustle, hustle. Oh Lord, yeah. Oh Lord, yeah. Oh Lord, yeah. Yeah. Been lied to my whole life and I'm sick and tired of this shit. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Been lied to my whole life and I'm sick and tired of this shit. Somebody sick and tired of this shit.
I woke up today in reality, looking at my people and the casualties. Misunderstood for having some morality, but my people dance spirituality. Lord knows, just a young Hebrew from Killer, California. Used to thug in the street with no sense of order. Used to love to press the line, even test the water, and almost lost my life from slanging and hanging on that corner. I learned to cut the grass so I could see the snakes. I had to decipher between the real and fake. And nowadays, all these niggas do is hate. Treat you like a bitch, sit back and try to manipulate. Yeah, that's why I got it on my own too. You see me rocking with the Hebrews. U.P.K is how we do. Stand for the Lord, the mother niggas is see-through.
Where the soldiers at? Where the soldiers at?
Wake your game up, my nigga. Ain't no time for this shit. I know you sitting back thinking that life is a bitch. Yes, my nigga, understand. My nigga, I feel your pain.
Yeah.
My nigga, we gotta change. This for the king, this for the king.
It's safe to say we curse today, trying to find another way, but all they do is take away. Trying to pray the make away while trying to find a safer way. So we can face to face. Please Lord save the day, cause everybody at my job always got some shit to say. You might think this shit is crazy, but I deal with this every day. Knowing that we paved the way, I handed up the here today. Listen to the shit to say, make me wanna catch this case or even if they face away. But I know what them scriptures say. We gon' wait on judgment day, thinking it ain't coming, thinking the Lord bluffing, waiting on the day it's gonna be hotter than the oven. Though they treat me like a slave, wanna see me in the grave. Hate to see a nigga pray, hate to see a nigga pray. It's hard at my job, but I'll be too wise, knowing that this cracker's gon' get it no problem. It's hard at my job, but I'll be too wise, knowing that this cracker's gon' get it no problem.
Wake your game up, my nigga. Ain't no time for this shit. I know you sitting back thinking that life is a bitch. Yes, my nigga, I understand. My nigga, I feel your pain. My nigga, we gotta change. This for the king, this for the king.
I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Check out my Hebrew drip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew chick, and you do not want tests. I got my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand, and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew drip. Check out my Hebrew drip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand, and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew drip. Clothes with a garment down to the foot. Lil' mama came back and took another look. Them fringes and them studs probably got her shook. But all I can tell her, I am not a crook. Whole team winning. Can't do it by myself, I brought my whole team with me. Tonight I need some help, I plan on killing these niggas. And I ain't talking murder, shorty feeling these niggas. I know she probably heard of us, One West, Harlem, New York, since 1969. Looking for an Israelite woman that I can get behind. Take her to the promised land. Show her good niggas exist. Fuck what her mama saying. You understand? Listen. Fourth dimension blue is my cologne. All I did was say shalom, and she offered me a phone number. Especially when I'm in the zone, I tell fire to the moan. Girl, you playing with the wrong. Check out my Hebrew drip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew chick, and you do not want tests. I got my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand, and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew drip. Check out my Hebrew drip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand, and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew drip. And you ain't never seen nothing like it with a drip so hard. Made her straight, she was dying cause a nigga cold as ice and sharper than a knife. I could change your whole life just by making you my white man. Look, that nigga got the boost, beard sprays, man. Look, that nigga got the garment with the shades, man. Look, that nigga got the spikes on his armband, and he got the Sheila David on his charm, man. No, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, my lady in the dress, they hating, we dead fresh. I'm making their ass sweat with all this masculinity. I can tell she feeling me, my swag on infinity. And this ain't something you can buy. They asking who am I traded in my suit and tie. And I just got a garment from the captain. Catch me in the club smelling like black. Check out my Hebrew drip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew chick, and you do not want tests. I got my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand, and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew drip. Check out my Hebrew drip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand, and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew drip.
Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold. We will make thee borders of gold and studs of silver. Hebrew drip.
Shit is cool for a week, but when you meet, you find out she for the streets. She gon' bust it for the cheek. She for the streets, leave that hoe for the streets. Don't pay for pussy cause it's weak. No, you can't come with me, you belong in the streets. She fuck with you, and she try to fuck with me.
Man, y'all know these hoes for the streets, man. Y'all better leave them alone.
Let me tell you niggas about her whole mind. She was cool at first, but then the hoe done lost her whole mind. She was coming over cooking, had a nigga eating right. Picking chicken in the oven, boiling up some jasmine rice. By the time I would find that this hoe is always lying, and when you catch her in the lies, the bitch resort to crying. Realize she for the streets, it ain't take me much time. Had a nigga calling me, blowing up my fucking line. It was over before it started. This bitch was acting retarded, telling me it's just her brother. Yeah, as if I bought it. Better be cautious. These hoes is up for auction. You taking home a woman that gave a box to the office, and it's gonna be a movie the way she party with sausage. If you think that hoe for you, then you have really lost it. Sorry, I'm being honest, the truth will come out regardless. So let this be a reminder that some of these bitches garbage. Shit was cool for a week, but when you meet, you find out she for the streets. She gon' bust it for the teeth. She for the streets, leave that hoe for the streets. Don't pay for pussy cause it's weak. No, you can't come with me, you belong in the streets. You covered, then she let another nigga beat. Man, I told you that these hoes for the streets.
$40 is $40 is $40. Say it 3 times, bet she sure get that pussy poppin'. She'll put you in the friend zone. I think she done let 100 niggas run 100 yards through her end zone. I wore hand-me-down clothes, never hand-me-down hoes, so I refuse to let you hand-me-down those, yeah. She wanna sip, I suppose, give her bread the whole loaf and buy a ring and propose the third one. Your open nose, she barely got on some clothes and fucking all of your bros and busting them, you, yeah. Like Jesse said in that song, might as well let her go, yeah. But she bad and how she is a snack, a woman with class, but she wash her face with her ass rag. Real ass.
But when you meet, you find out she for the streets. She gon' bust it for the teeth. She for the streets. Leave that hoe for the streets. Don't pay for pussy cause it's weak. No, you can't come with me. You belong in the streets. You covered then she let another nigga beat. Man, I told you that these hoes for the streets.
I met the bitch outside of my complex. Bitch so fine, like she running for a contest. Ass so nice, yo, I'm thinking I should wipe that. Have a couple kids, settle down, yeah, I like that. But the bitch capping and acting like a straight brat. Never wanna settle down, let a nigga wipe up. Rather hit the club, shake their ass and get tossed up. Bitch straight nasty, no class sassy. Alley cat black for a bitch, get the backseat. Nothing but a gold digger. Never should've fucked with her. Now she at the crib straight sleep cause she hungover. Bitches ain't shit. Goddamn, what's wrong with them? Just a waste of time. Stupid bitches always lying. Always fucking for a dime. Keep my money on my mind. Never trust no bitch. Cause a bitch gon' be your bitch. And a bitch gon' switch and suck another nigga dick.
Many hoes for the streets. Many hoes for the streets. Yeah, these hoes for the streets. I said these hoes for the streets. Many hoes for the streets. Many hoes for the streets. Yeah, these hoes for the streets. I said these hoes for the streets. Shit was cool for a week, but when you meet, you find out she for the streets. She gon' bust it for the teeth. She for the streets. Leave that hoe for the streets. Don't pay for pussy cause it's weak. No, you can't come with me. You belong in the streets. You covered then she let another nigga beat. Man, I told you that these hoes for the streets.
Slowly balling in the mix, you feel me? Friday, this has got a brunch. Make sure you are. Oh, yeah. You know what time it is, baby. I.S.U.P.K presents the Down South Cookout. Know what I'm talking about? Thursday night, scripture breakdown with the one and only General behind me. Cross the line, creeping behind it. Slowly balling in the mix, you feel me? Friday, sisters got their brunch. Make sure you RSVP for that meeting room. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to be camping down in San Antonio. Shoot. Then the bowling going on. Yeah. You know the nightlife, baby. We're going to be all in the zone. You feel me? Shoot. Saturday, man, let me tell you, baby. Welcome to the South Side. You understand? We got brunch. The TSU homecoming, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be at the tailgate, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you RSVP for that Spotlight karaoke, you feel me? We're going to be shocking and rocking from left to right all throughout the city of Houston in that nightlife. And Sunday, baby, it's black and brown love around here, you feel me? For that 5th annual Down South Cookout, featuring live bands from the mariachi to the Mac Band live experience. Best believe, baby, it's gonna be live at 5, no time for jobs. So too bad, little mama hop inside the ride, you feel me? And we gone.
Hey, shalom, y'all bashim y'all shah brakathum. Y'all shemar bashim y'all shah. We in this thing, baby. Big up to the I.S.U.P.K Houston camp. You know what I'm saying? About to do it big with the cookout going down this weekend. Get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Then October 30th is the actual day of the cookout. If y'all gonna slide through, you know what I'm saying? Slide through. All right, who we got in here? Young man Max. Shalom. Y'all bashim yashab thug. Shayara. Shalom. Y'all shamar done bashim yashab. So we got the link in the chat. The link is in the chat for if you want to join us live, man. Get up in this class, get interactive. You know what I'm saying? This is a classroom. We come to answer questions. So if you got questions, you know what I'm saying, you want to ask them, get up in the live class. You know what I mean? With your voice. You ain't gotta have your camera on. If you camera shy, you know what I'm saying? Just like I said, it's a classroom. It's an interactive setting. So, and this is a precinct officer of 1,000 of Nishak. I am precinct officer 500 Itazab. It's the biblical law class, sir. If you want to take it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're the I.S.U.P.K, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA, not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups, okay? Since 1969, the Israelite School of UPK has been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people that they are God's chosen, okay? And as such, guess what? Now, you learn that's who you are, okay? There is an obligation that comes with you being a part of this family. There's an obligation, you have a duty to perform, okay, as being in a family, okay? Every family has, you know what I'm saying, things that they want and want not to do, things that they prescribe to or not prescribe to. Well, this family, once you learn that you're in this family and you want to, serve righteously in this family, now you have to understand there is a law, okay? There is a way that you have to conduct yourself. Just like, the British, what queen that just died, now the king or whoever, they have to carry themselves in a certain manner,
Right.
okay? Well, guess what? God's chosen children, the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the Israelites, we have to carry ourselves in a certain manner. And that manner is laid out in the book of Leviticus, okay? It tells you what you can and cannot do as part of being in this family, okay? And listen, the reason why if you want to go ahead, the reason why we are in the condition that we're in today as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, okay? The reason why we went into slavery, okay? The reason why the oppressor Esau rules the earth today is because we stopped as a people. We stopped doing the things that was required in our family for us to do. We stopped doing them. Now, okay, can I blame you? Can I blame every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian on the earth today for us being in this position? Not unless you know the truth. Not unless you know, you know what I mean, like you're an Israelite and there's something you're supposed to do. Because, you know what I'm saying, like Christ, the whole thing is like everything had to happen. Okay, it's a storyline, basically, okay? We're living we're living out a storyline. Okay, so the storyline was we came into our own independence under Moses through the Most High God. Now, the Most High God told us if we kept laws, statutes, commandments, if we kept the things that we were supposed to do, okay, according to his ruling, according to what he said, then we would rule the earth, right? Okay, so we said, fine, we'll do that. But then we went off and we stopped doing those things. So as when he told us if we would do it, we would be in rulership, he also told us if we didn't do it, we would go into slavery. It's in the book of Deuteronomy. So we said, okay, we'll do it. But we went off. So now by us going off, listen, we had to go into slavery. It had to happen. Okay, so now with us going into slavery, now, okay, the Most High set a way up for us to come back out of this slavery, okay? And Christ came along and he, knew that it was going to be blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, children of Israel, that were going to be born into sin, born celebrating, being off from these laws, statutes, commandments. So he, like now, thanks to the Most High, Christ, and Commanding General YAHANNA, we get to understand and know, we get to hear the truth, okay? Christmas is a fairy tale, and it has nothing to do with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Valentine's Day is a fairy tale and has nothing to do with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Halloween is a fairy tale and has nothing to do with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Now we get to learn the truth of the Bible and come back and serve our God, okay, the way we were supposed to serve him, and put us back in a position that we were supposed to be in, that our God, the God of the universe, the nigga God, wanted blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to be in. So that's what we come out here every Wednesday, I.S.U.P.K, Florida, and we teach that the law class, we teach the laws are not done away with. We teach that, like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have a duty to keep these laws that are contained in this Bible, okay? These hidden books, okay? And that's what we've been doing since 1969, okay? And that's what we're going to continue to do tonight, okay, 2022, and show blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the way they're supposed to be living in the earth according to their God, according to the written records of the Bible, okay? This Bible only pertains to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people, okay? So with that, any questions that you might have, go ahead and drop them in the chat, and we'll try to get them answered.
We got a question from young man Max.
Okay.
It says, Salaki, sir, what does it mean to quench not the spirit, as in 1 Thessalonians 5:19?
1 Thessalonians 5:19.
Sir.
All right, well, let's see what it says. Because everything in this Bible is basically pertains off of context, okay? What is the context of this thirst? Five and 19. Just give me verse 1 real quick. Let's see what we got to go with. Okay, so like I said, everything is based off of context. You can't just read, like this. Most of the time, the answer is right here in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? It's right here in the book. You just have to know how to, interpret these words, because it, obviously was written from, what was it? Latin over. It went from the Hebrew to the Greek to the Latin. You know what I mean? So, and then to the Old English. So, you know, we're gonna have to try to interpret what it's actually saying. Okay. So, give me verse 1, and his question is in what verse?
Verse 19.
Verse 19. Okay.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Most High so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right. That's, you know what I mean? That's Christ. He's going to return as a thief in the night. You know what I mean? No man knows the time or hour that Christ shall return. So what does that mean? Like, if you don't know the time or the hour, what does that mean?
It could be any day.
Right. But okay, so like if you know that, if you know, okay, let's say you got a job, right? You got a job. The job was given to you by somebody who's paying you to complete this job. T-shirts, whatever. Okay. Now, all he said was, I need 500 T-shirts. I'll be back to get them. You know what I mean? He didn't give you a time or day. Right. So what do you want to do?
Have them ready?
Yeah, you want to have the T-shirts ready, like soon as possible. You don't want to wait. You don't want to sit around and be like, well, I got, you know, I'm only, this is how we live in the earth today. I'm 17 years old. I got, you know what I mean? Like, let me live. Let me screw around. Let me mess up some. No, we don't know. You don't know when the Most High, you don't know when Christ, he's going to send Christ back. Right. You don't have time. Get it together now. Finish the order now. You know what I mean? Get it done. Fall in line. Keep. Okay. So you got T-shirts, right? So he gave you a time to get the T-shirts done. So now that means there's basically something you're supposed to be doing to get the T-shirts done. There's a law you got to keep. There's a way you have to do to get these T-shirts done. Now, you're going to go off and be like, well, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to go and do this and be off for a while, and I'll come back to the T-shirts later. No, you want to do it right now. You want to be in line right now. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying that reminds me of the scripture, you know what I'm saying? Like, where it says, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a narrow path. Right. Like, you got to walk this path all the time. That's in the Apocrypha, right? There's fire on one side and water on one side. Hold on, we'll get that like after this. But there's fire on one side and there's water on the other side. The narrow path. Okay, the narrow path. Like, if you're not walking the narrow path all the time, then that means, you know what I'm saying, you're off. That means you're off. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it?
Second Measures 7. Starting at verse 7.
Okay. So yeah, like you don't like 6. Okay. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to think that you have time. You want to, you know what I'm saying? Do what you're supposed to do every day, all day. Stay on the narrow path. Okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Most High so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
See, that's the same thing I was just breaking down. Like, that woman does not know exactly when. She know, like even today, like they'll give her a due date. You know what I'm saying? Now she knows she have to carry herself a certain way. She don't want to be, you know what I mean, like doing something or being somewhere where, because they told her, you know what I mean, this due date, but she don't know the exact date and time.
Right.
So she got to carry herself a certain way all the time, every day, every hour, every minute, every second. She got to carry herself a certain way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I mean? Like, you have to, if you're going to be, that's what I was saying earlier, like knowing who you are in the earth, knowing that you are the Most High's chosen people, you have to carry yourself a certain way all the time, every day, every hour, every minute, every second, because you don't know when the Most High is going to return. And I'll take it a little further. If you are thinking that you know what I mean, like you can go off and you got time and this, that, and the third, you don't even need, you know what I mean, like you don't love the Most High. You don't love the law, statutes, commandment, because you willingly want to play the harlot and instead of, you know what I mean, being on the straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying? You don't love the Most High because you are willing to, you know what I mean, you willingly wanting to go off. Okay? Keep reading.
I could.
Go ahead.
You don't
Get
fear,
down.
you definitely don't fear the Most High.
Right, and that's the big one. You know what I mean? Like the law say the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom.
Right.
Okay? The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. If I don't know, we might get that one too. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief.
See that? Like, you're not in darkness. You know the truth. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know how you're supposed to be rolling in the earth because you in this school, right? You know what I mean? Like, you in here asking questions, this, that, and the third. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know how you're supposed to be living. You know about the laws. You know what I mean? Like, don't act like you don't know. You know what I mean? Don't act like you got time to be, you know what I mean, a harlot. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even want to be that. You know what I mean? On purpose? Oh, I got time. Just let me, you know what I mean? Like, no, you should want, the desire in your heart is that you should want to serve God. No, I don't care if you're 12 years old. If once you know, you know what I mean? Like once you are, you know, once you can comprehend and know, you should want to serve God. You should want to be, you know what I mean, like a good servant. You should want to be Christ-like, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's what you should want to do. Not say, oh, well, I got time. We don't have time. You don't have time because you don't know when, you know what I mean, like the Lord is going to send, you know what I mean, for your spirit to come back to him. Okay? Keep going.
Verse 5. Ye are of the children of the light. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others. Right.
Don't sleep. You know what I mean? Like, that sleep part is like, don't be like to the point where like you got time to, you know what I mean? Like, I got time to screw off and mess around. Go ahead.
If I could.
Come on.
Don't be lacking.
Don't lack. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't lack. You know what I'm saying? Be diligent all the time. Don't be sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's heavy because like our people are asleep. Like, we are walking zombies around here. You know what I'm saying? We are asleep. And they're telling us right now we should not be asleep. This is the time that we should not be asleep.
Right.
Keep reading.
Good. Verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
Mm-hmm.
For that day, so like it, For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love.
Can we pause it for a minute? I gotta go back there and do something real quick.
No sweat.
What was this question at?
This question was at 19. If you want me to, I can hold it down.
All right, just give me a minute.
Listen.
Where you at right now?
Verse 8.
Okay. Take your time. Go ahead.
So I can take it?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Verse 9 or verse 8. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation. You know what I'm saying? There's a precept for that. You know what I'm saying? Put on the armor of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Put on that breastplate of righteousness, and you know what I'm saying, the helmet of salvation, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all in the scriptures. A lot of times what you'll find out is that the Bible repeats itself. So when people tell you that the Old Testament is different from the New Testament and it's something different, you understand? Listen, they are a red flag. Stay far away from them. They don't understand the Bible. They don't know what Christ is talking about. They don't know what the Bible is talking about. You understand? This book is like universal and practical knowledge. You understand? So you know what I mean? And we in the law class. You understand? So the proof in what I'm saying is that Christ taught the law that was written in the Old Testament. Taught the same exact law. This stuff don't change. The Most High don't change. You know what I mean? So when it says putting on that breastplate of faith and love and the helmet of, I mean, this is what protects you. Just like just like a helmet or a breastplate would. You know what I'm saying? The law, says the commandment is what protects you from that thief that's coming in the night. You understand? From all the death and destruction that the Most High is sending, because this place has to die for his people to live. You understand? So when you do what the Most High says to do, and you putting on his righteousness, his laws, his faith, you know what I'm saying? Then you become invincible. Then you become, you want to?
No, go ahead.
Then you become untouchable. You understand? For lack of better words. But that's all I had on now. I was going to go to verse 9. Unless you want to just jump straight to his question.
I don't want to miss nothing, so that's what, okay. You know what I mean? I want to get the whole context. His question is in verse 19.
Right.
You're in verse 10 right now, right?
Verse 9.
Verse 9. Go ahead.
For God have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord YAHANNA, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Meaning, if I could.
Go ahead.
Meaning, you know what I'm saying, whether you in the truth or you not, you know what I'm saying, one day we are going to be able to have the kingdom of heaven, to have the kingdom of God ruled by Christ. You understand? It's just that there are some people like Austin the Shock who will have rulership, who will be able to give orders to every nation on the earth, and even amongst our people. You understand? But there are people who are of Israel. There are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who are going to have to follow those orders and can't make their own unless it's to a heathen. You understand? Like there's a rule, there's a rank and order in the kingdom of heaven. Understand? So whether you wake or you sleep, whether you one of the ones that say, you know what, I'm gonna put on my all black and start keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, or you some, you know, brother that's in the world that don't know any better, they never been taught how to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Guess what? You going into the kingdom of heaven as well. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna have a different rank than I would, or else in the shop would. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So verse 9. For God has not appointed us wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Jesus Christ, Yahushua Mashiach. Okay. So the Lord, you know what I mean? Like, the thing is, like, the Lord only put us in this position for what?
Because we messed up.
Right.
To punish us.
Right. To learn.
Right.
Like, to learn. He didn't put us in this position to destroy us forever, to wipe us off the earth. Okay. He put us in this position so we could learn our lesson, to learn how to actually serve him the way, you know, like we're supposed to serve him. Okay. Right. We had to go into slavery because we said we would, you know what I mean? Like, we would keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And if we didn't, we would go into captivity. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't do it. Now we're in captivity. But this is to show us, you know what I mean? Like, to get us right. You know what I mean? Like, so when we do come back into rulership, we'll know how to act. You know what I'm saying? We'll know how to behave ourselves. Right. We'll know how to conduct ourselves. Okay. So this was not, you know what I mean, appointing us, you know what I mean, to die forever, but for us to learn a lesson. That's right. Okay. Keep going.
Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. But to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Wherefore, comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you, and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves.
Yeah, like the one thing that we don't, a lot of stuff you don't, like, this is basically one brother talking to his other brothers. Okay, this is Paul talking to brothers, you know what I mean? Like, trying to get them to, you know what I mean? Like, get right. You know what I'm saying? And be able to, you know what I mean, operate and live in the earth how the Most High wanted us to live in the earth. Right. And commanding today, 2022, under commanding General YAHANNA, that's still the same thing we do. We try to teach brothers and sisters how they're supposed to operate and live in the earth. Right. Okay, according to the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, that's the bedrock of you know, being in this family. The law, statutes, and commandments, how you're supposed to operate and live in the earth. Okay, keep going.
Come. Wherefore, comfort yourselves together and edify.
Where you at?
Verse 12.
Okay.
And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you, and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you. Verse 13. And to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake.
Right. So, you know, we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you. Like, this is talking about the school, Itazal. This is talking about, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters in the truth. Right. Not just, you know, everyday Negroes who, you know, want to smoke crack and want to, you know what I mean, like, twerk on a pole and think that they got all the time in the world. Right. Until, you know, we obtain this kingdom, you know, that real men and women are trying to fight for. Okay, and that's why I say know them that labor among you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to know what Itazab is about. I got to know, you know what I'm saying, how if he's on the straight and narrow or not. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to do that is to test a brother, not really test a brother, but to see a brother works. Because it just, what does it say right here? And ye are over the laborers, okay? To know them which labor among you. Mm-hmm. That's your works. What you're doing. Are you going to camp every week? Are you in the classes? Are you teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians what they're supposed to know? Are you even teaching your household? Are you teaching your children these laws? Are you teaching your wife these laws? I got to know who labor among me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord. Like, and over you in the Lord, that's talking about the rank and order in the school. Okay? What's the rank and order? The rank and order is you have the man that's over the woman, Christ is over the man, and the Most High is over Christ. That's the rank and order. Okay? If you don't want to be in that rank and order as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, then you know what I mean? Like, I'll know, you know what I'm saying, by the work you do. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading. Start at verse 13.
Come. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 13. And to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake.
Right. For what if you doing good works, you need to be, you know what I mean? Like, why not? Why we do that in this school, right? Right. We raise brothers up. We esteem sisters. You will bring them flowers, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love our people, especially if they doing this work. You know what I'm saying? Like, we esteem one another. Okay, keep going.
Okay. And be at peace among yourselves.
Right. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? We need to be at peace amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying? In this truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, like what this is saying is very heavy. You know why? Because, like, you give me an example where in this work's sake that we're not at peace with one another. You give me a cookout where we're not at peace with one another. Right. You give me a Passover where we're not at peace with one another. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we teach. We live this. Right. We don't just read it and talk. We live it. You know what I'm saying? We live what these words are saying. Okay? Keep going.
Verse 14. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, be patient toward all men.
That's some good counseling right there. Like, Paul is giving good counsel to brothers. Now we exhort you. Okay, now that you know what I mean, like, I'm going to exhort you, but I'm still going to give you this counsel, you know what I mean, to keep you strong, to keep you going, you know what I mean? Like, brethren, warn them that are unruly, okay? Like, if you in this school, or if you're in, you know, amongst Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and you don't know how to carry yourself, I got to warn you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got to warn you, you know what I'm saying? Comfort the feeble, you know what I mean? Like, the weak, you know what I'm saying? Somebody weak, they going through it, you know what I'm saying? Comfort them. Hey, be all right, brothers. Stay strong. Do this. Come to camp. Do this. You know what I mean? Pay. You know what I mean? Like, because you would think, here's when people get weak, guess what they don't want to do?
They don't want to tell you.
No. When someone is weak, that's true. But when someone is weak, guess what it makes them not want to do?
Fight. What?
Okay. Right. So, okay. If I'm strong, I come into the truth strong. As a bull. I come in. Keeping these laws. Everything. But you know what I mean? Then I get a little weak. Something happened. Guess what? Now what? I don't want to keep the law. I want to tell my wife she can rule over me. I want to, go sleep with a white woman. No, the feeble is weak. You weak right now, brother. Stay strong, my nigga. You know what I mean? Like, it's just you know what I mean? Like, you just going through something right now. You know what I mean? It's just a test off. Stay strong. You know what I mean? Like, what you need. You know what I mean? Like, talk to me, call me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when you're weak, you don't want to fight no more. Right. And this thing is a fight. Right. You know what I mean? You come in here fighting. Right. You hear the truth. You want to fight. You want to, you want to do all. But then sometimes you might fall feeble. And now it's time for the brothers and sisters around you to strengthen you and say, don't, stay strong. Yeah. Don't get weak. Don't not keep the law. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, because that's when Satan is going to, you know what I mean? Like, tell you not, you ain't got to, look at that white, man, please, she going to pay your rent too? Come on, man, you better give me that white woman.
That's that stony ground.
Right. You know what I mean? So we have to stay, that's the brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like that's the brotherhood. You in here for a reason, to help this brother when he get feeble. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to help any sister that get feeble. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this is saying, okay? Go ahead.
I have exhort in the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, exhort in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, verb, to incite by argument or advice, urge strongly.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Like I gotta, you know what I mean? Like, you know how we go through this all the time. Somebody weak, or you know what I mean? Like you have to, no, man, like we do that in classes. We do that on our street speaking. Somebody's weak and they're like, no, you gotta love white people. Like we gonna exhort them, like we come up in them, no, let's read this, you know, like strongly. I gotta be strong because you're weak. I gotta hold you up. I gotta exhort you to a level you're not at right now. You know what I mean? Like to help you. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's how, you know what I mean? Like that's how we deal with each other in this school. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, okay, comfort the feeble, support the weak, be patient toward all men, okay? Keep going.
Good. Verse 15. See that none render evil for evil unto any man.
Right, because that's what the scriptures say, right?
Right.
The scriptures say, what is, let me paraphrase it. The Lord said, man, I can't think of the wording right now. What's the wording, Axel? How the Lord said it. He said,
he says, render not evil for evil.
Right. That's in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Vengeance is mine, saith the Most High. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord, you know what I mean? Like if something, the Lord, especially, you know, you dealing with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know what I mean? Somebody do you wrong, no sweat, brother. You know what I mean? Okay. Like the Lord's gonna show you, you know what I mean? Like where you off at. It's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do it. I'm gonna do what? Be patient towards all men, okay? Because the Lord said, like, vengeance is his, okay? See that none, verse 15, see that none render evil for evil unto any man, but even follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men, okay? This is Paul, you know, giving good counsel. This is good counsel right here. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 16. Rejoice evermore. Pray without ceasing. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of the Most High in Christ, Yahushua, concerning you. Quench not the spirit. Verse 19, that's his question.
Keep going.
Despise not prophesying. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is true, is good. So
right. Quench not the thirst. Okay. Like I could go ahead. I mean, listen. If you got the definition of quench,
yes.
Go ahead. That's where it's at right there, right?
Right.
Okay.
This is G4570 in the BLB concordance, Blue Letter Bible concordance. It says to extinguish, quench, of fire or things on fire, to be quenched, to go out.
Right. So the spirit in Israel, and you know, what's the spirit? The Holy Spirit. What's the spirit?
The spirit of the Most High. Keep the law,
statutes, and commandments. So it's saying don't put that out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you reading all this stuff, Paul's telling you how to behave and how to treat brothers and sisters. And he's saying, don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't
extinguish.
Okay, don't extinguish, don't forsake, don't put away, you know what I mean? Like, don't, I'm trying to think of like a nigger word today, you know what I mean? Like, how brothers and sisters talk, you know what I'm saying? But basically, it's saying, don't put out this spirit. Don't put out the law, statutes, commandments. Don't do away with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that away. Don't extinguish that. Keep that alive. Keep that on fire. Keep that inside of you. You know what I'm saying? The way you're supposed to treat brothers, like you got to read this whole thing from beginning to end. Paul's telling you how to be and how to behave in the earth, how to treat each other, and basically he's saying don't do away with that. I'm telling you to deal with brothers and sisters, how to live, how to be in the earth, how to follow these laws, statutes, commandments that are not done away with. Don't put that out. Keep that lit. That light, keep that light going, okay? Keep that light going. Don't extinguish that, okay? And basically, that's what it's saying. Go ahead.
If I may, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times you might hear in the school when brothers say, you know what I'm saying, his zeal on fire or his zeal lit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it's saying. Like, don't put that fire out.
Right. That's like I said, like because I said, like the example I gave earlier, when you first find about this truth, you be on what?
You be on
fire. You know what I mean? Like you be lit. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that out. Right. Keep that fire going, okay? And that's what verse 19 is saying, is quench not the spirit. Right. Don't put that spirit out, okay? Despise not prophesying, okay? Don't hate, going to camp. Because after a while, your spirit might get, you know what I mean? Like, niggas don't want to go. It's like brothers don't want to go. They don't want to go to camp no more. They're tired. Oh, man, I've been, you know what I mean? I've been, on fire for a month, 6 months. Like, I'm getting weak. I'm feeble. Now we got to, we got to exhort him. We got to help him. We got to raise him up. And that's all. This is a letter from Paul trying to keep brothers on fire. Right. Keep them right. Keep them lit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that is. Okay. So don't quench the spirit. Don't quench the spirit of the Most High. Don't quench the spirit of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Don't quench the spirit of the Passover. Don't quench the spirit of Hanukkah. Okay, don't quench the spirit of what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have been given by the Most High power to rule the earth. Don't quench that spirit, man. Keep your spirit on fire. Stay lit. And if you feel like your fire is going out, come to camp. Get in class. Call somebody. Call an officer. Call a captain. Call your camp leader. You know what I mean? Like, because you got it. You want to keep that spirit on fire. You want to stay lit. You want to stay, you know what I'm saying, in prophesying, okay? Like it said right there in verse 20, okay? You want to stay on it, man. Don't fall off, okay? Don't give up, okay? If you feel like you're getting weak or feeble, that's what the brotherhood is for. Call Captain Shawar Ya'Allah. You know what I mean? Like if anybody gonna get you know what I mean, your spirit lit, that brother gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Call him. Call Officer Kazak. He is just as he was brought up by Captain Shawar Ya'Allah. He'll get your spirit lit. Okay, he'll put you back on fire. He'll get you in place. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Call any man that's over you and try to stay in this truth. Try to stay on the what is it? The narrow path, okay? Stay lit, okay? Stay on fire for this, okay? I hope that, you know what I mean? Yeah, I hope that, give it to you. Anything else?
No more questions.
All right, you want to go ahead and jump into what you wanted to bring out? Officer I.S.U.P.K had, some precepts he wanted to bring out and go over and teach brothers and sisters tonight, about these laws, statutes, commandments that has never ever been done away with. Okay, as far as the Most High Christ and the Israelite school of UPK. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, like I said at the beginning, you have a duty. You have a moral obligation to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, whether you know it or not. And we're going to teach you that you shall know. You know what I mean? Like, that is your job in the earth. You know what I mean? The Chinese man has a job in the earth to worship Buddha. Okay, you know what I mean? The East Indians have a job to worship whatever their god name is. Okay,
every one of them.
Yeah, so many of them. Just like the Africans. Okay, they have a job and an obligation to serve their God and their people. Well, as a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, your job is not to serve white Jesus. That is not your job. You have been misemployed, okay? You've been serving the wrong God, serving the wrong people, okay? Your purpose has been off in the earth and in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Under Commanding General YAHANNA, we have been commissioned to come in here and tell you what your obligation and job is as a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian in the earth. Okay, so I.S.U.P.K is going to bring out a couple of scriptures and go ahead and go through it and teach y'all, what it is about this law that you need to know.
Well, most time Christ, the water,
no sweat.
But like you said, if I could,
go ahead,
one time,
get down, man, get down.
You know what I'm saying? Just give it up. Get above me. But you know what I'm saying? What you said is super heavy. Like every other nation got a God.
Right.
Every other nation knows who they serve, and they have a right to serve them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make no mistake. Like the I.S.U.P.K, we do not teach that the East Indians shouldn't serve their God. If they, you know what I'm saying, they want to serve their God. We have a God. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? One day when we start to serve our God, they won't have no choice but to serve the God that we serve.
Right.
You understand? Because every knee gonna bow on that day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But shoot, they want to serve elephants in their kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Let them serve elephants in their kingdom. Let the white man serve naked babies, naked white babies in his kingdom. That's what he want to do. Our job is to serve our God. But who is our God?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What does our God look like?
That is a good question.
What does our God require of us?
That's a good question.
You understand? Well, we have this book right here to tell us. I mean, I was going to go to Jeremiah 10:1 to start out. You know what I mean? Because, like, why are we being lied to and being told that, we all one people and we all have one God? Well, if we all one God, how come my God just looks like the white man's God?
Like what you said. Like if we all got one God,
right?
Why does the Chinese man have a different God?
Why does he have a different God?
Why does the East Indian have a different God? Why does the Africans have a different God? Why does the Ethiopians have a different God? But you're gonna tell me I have to have your?
How come some people don't have no God?
Wow, that's an even better question.
I mean,
yeah. So
what are we doing here?
Oh man, that is So
like we have a God. Like regardless of what these other people do, because they out here serving sticks and stones and break my bones.
No, but what you're saying is so heavy because I like everything. Okay, everything that America pushes is based off of fairy tales and lies, right?
Right.
So that's got to make you wonder, what about this God thing. It's this fairy tales and lies too. Like
Right.
everything about America. I mean, everything. You name me one day that they celebrate that's not like a fairy tale and a lie, and you know what I mean? Like
Every one of them.
just everything. The American dream itself is a lie and a fairy tale. But I'm supposed to think that this God y'all talking about is different? No, it's a lie. It's a fairy tale. It's a lie. It's corruption. And, all it's doing is keeping blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on the bottom. Okay.
And if I could, that's also what I wanted to bring out today too. Is like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're fairy tales today, but these fairy tales that they serve and keep every year started as something very real. And what it started as is something that was so dark and lustful and disgusting that they had to make a fairy tale out of it. Now they know what they're gonna be doing, when this day come around. But your kid can look at it and be like, "Well, yeah, it's just a fairy tale, or it's something I could do to have fun." But they actually believe that. The kids believe it from the time when they too mature to be fooled by it. But these so-called holidays started off as orgies and mass murders and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they just changed the name or changed the tradition, but it still represents the same thing.
That's reminds me of the scripture say, "Ye know not who you serve."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't, you know what I mean? Like we don't know, you know what I mean? Like these gods, we just think it's Halloween.
Right.
But in reality, it's a God you're serving.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We, you know what I'm saying? We think it's just Christmas.
Right.
But in reality, it's a God you're serving. Okay. Right. So you know not who you serve, and you know what I'm saying? Like that is very heavy, you know what I'm saying? And that's, you know what I mean? Like why we have to teach our people, you know what I mean? Like who they're supposed to be serving. We got to teach them about their God. Right. Okay. So we can come out of, all these other gods that we're serving. Okay. So
if I could, go ahead. Chapter Jeremiah 10:1.
So I'll read it for you. Okay. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Most High spake unto you, O house of Israel.
O house of Israel, man. And listen, thank the Most High in Christ for the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? For one, now I know that I'm an Israelite. I didn't have to wait to hear from Kanye West. I didn't have to wait to hear from Ice Cube or Kendrick Lamar or anybody else for that matter. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church damn sure wasn't going to tell me. So thank the Most High in Christ for Commander General YAHANNA, you know what I'm saying, for all these generals, all these captains, and all these officers, because I would have never known that one, I'm an Israelite, and two, the Most High is talking to me in these scriptures. The Most High said, hear the words that hear the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, black man. Like if you are a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian out there in the world, man, know that this Bible is talking to you. Jeremiah 10:1 is a direct statement towards you, not for everybody. You understand? But it says, hear ye the word which the Lord speak unto you, O house of Israel.
Right. So that, man, it's like right, like you're saying, O house of Israel, like you said, that's a nation, that's a family, okay? Right. Verse 2, thus saith the Most High, learn not the ways of the heathen.
Right, the ways of who?
The heathen.
And see, this is letting you know that God ain't talking to everybody. It ain't no such thing as a spiritual Israelite. It ain't no such thing as God love everybody. He says, learn not the ways of who?
The heathen.
Of the heathen, man. Like there are heathens in this earth. A heathen, you get the definition? Most High in Christ is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We are scholars. We are studious masters of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? What this Bible teaches, we learned it. We studied it. And we found out what the truth is about it. We dismissed all the lies. We stopped listening to the Christian pastor. We stopped listening to our slave master and what he says that the Bible means, man. We opened it up for ourselves. and we read it. You understand? In this Bible, we found out that we the Israelites, man. And these other people, these people who are not of us, the same people that enslaved us, stole our identity, gave us a culture that was not ours, told us celebrate Halloween, told us celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the death of our brothers and sisters. Christmas is a pagan tradition that this scripture is about to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We learned not to follow these ways of these devils, these disgusting people, these people who do not have a God. As many as they make up, they don't have a God. You understand? Because the only God is the Almighty God, the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the nigga God. You understand?
Nah, Most High Christ. So, like you were just saying, this is basically talking to two families.
Right.
Okay, so it's talking to one family, and then it's talking about some other families. Okay, like if I could, you know. Okay, so verse 1: Hear ye the word which the Most High spake unto you, O house of Israel. That's one family. Right. Okay, and then it says, Thus saith the Most High, learn not the ways of the heathen. Right. That's another family. Right. So we're gonna read to show everybody that these are two different families. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are one family, and everybody else, they got their own family. Okay, so the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 220, the word heathen is people, nation, usually used for non-Israelite people.
Usually non-Israelite people.
Right. And thus has the meaning of Gentiles. Okay. So you're right. So like that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like usually it means what did it say? You know what I mean? Usually used for non-Israelites. Right. Why does it say usually?
Right. Because sometimes an Israelite could be a heathen.
Right. Sometimes you know what I mean? Like if you know who you are, if you know who you are, you know you've been broken, it's been broke down to you. Right. Who you are, this, that, and the third. Right. You came into the truth. Right. And then you turn around and leave the truth and going back to celebrating Christmas, this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. Right. Guess what you are? You're a heathen. Okay, but usually under normal circumstances, right. This is talking about Chinese people, African people, East Indian people, anybody who's not an Israelite. Right. But if you are an Israelite and you decide that you want to be, you know what I mean, you want to celebrate Christmas, you want to be a Muslim or this, that, and you know who you are, you're a heathen too, man. Hey, go.
That's exactly what the scripture says. Right. Learn not the ways of the heathen. Right. So when you start learning the ways of the heathen, now you start practicing the ways of the heathen. Now you yourself become a heathen, man. But who is this talking to?
Right.
Israel.
Israelite.
The Israelite.
Right.
It's talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And these blacks and Native, this is a warning, man. The Bible is full of warnings. It's chock full of them. Like, I don't understand how you could read this Bible. I mean, I do know how, because, you know, we just ignorant. You know what I'm saying? We read this Bible and was like, oh, well, I'm going to do it anyway. Because we rebellious, man. We hard-headed, stiff-necked, and we don't like authority. You understand? So we turned our back on the Most High, and we went and followed the ways of the heathen anyway, even though the Most High spoke to us personally and told us not to, man.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Don't fear. Like the heathen are, they are dismayed at the signs of heaven. It's like they look up and go, oh God, what's that? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a fear. You know what I'm saying? But like we brought up, man, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. Not the fear of what's up in the skies and stars and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like not the fear of what could be out there. You know what I'm saying? We fear the Most High. And that's the beginning of wisdom. They want to look up and stargaze and, you know, come up with philosophies all they want to, man. That's not our ways. We are the children of God, man, the children of light, like we brought up earlier. We could drop that, right? If I could, can I get Exodus 22 and 18? You know what I'm saying? Because we're not supposed to follow the ways of the heathen. What's one of the ways of the heathen, man?
Many ways. One of the ways, Christmas, Halloween.
Yes.
I mean,
murders.
I mean, yes.
Theft.
You know.
Yeah, man. Listen,
the ways of the heathen are horrible. Like the ways of the heathen, they do like they
talk to me.
They are the creators of the drug trade.
Mm-hmm.
But they make it seem like Negroes are the only drug dealers in the earth.
How many Negroes you know?
Like it takes big giant boats, you know, cargo ships to bring them drugs over here.
Right.
Niggas don't have that resource. We don't have the resources to get, you know what I mean, tons of cocaine brought over here.
Sir, we fly Spirit. That says enough.
Right.
We fly Spirit, man.
Right.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? Like, but you know, they would make it seem like you are the scum of the earth. Right. It's really heavy how to see one nation of one family perpetuate and do things in the earth to keep another family down, and then at the same time, while they're keeping that family down, they're saying it's that family's fault. Mm-hmm. Like it's your fault you're on the bottom. Mm-hmm. It's your fault. You know what I mean? Like you live in the ghetto, and you know, like as I'm saying that, guess what? Kind of, sort of. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to listen to I.S.U.P.K tell you that you are a Hebrew Israelite and the law, statutes, commandments are done away with, it might be, you know what I mean? Like, we got to wake up, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we decided to follow the ways of the heathen.
Yeah.
We decided that we was going to, you know, go, you know, serve Molech.
Right.
And
Baal.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We decided that.
Yeah.
It was a choice.
Yeah.
We chose that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people say that, you know, God don't give people free will. He does. The choice is life or death.
Right. You got Negro. You got free will. You know what I mean? Like to decide if you want to live or die. Right. If you want to be on the top or on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something I just experienced very recent days. I was talking to somebody and they said, you know, because you talking to your people and you really want them to get it and understand and know what you're saying. And this person said, you know what? They basically said, like, I'm not going to, you know how hard it is to try to deal with our people. They was like, you know how hard it is to like try to make them listen and deal with I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And then I looked at them and I said, I know what you mean, because I'm doing it right now. You know how hard it is. You don't want to listen. You don't want to hear. You know what I mean? Like, you are part of the problem, but you're saying you don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, you gave up on trying to wake Negroes up. And at the same time, what you did was just accept the white man's philosophy and, I'm going to do this.
Accept slavery.
Because me trying to get me and my people out of this is too hard of a job. Right. It's too much work. They're hard-headed. You know what I mean? Like, and I said, I know exactly what you mean. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at it. I know exactly because I've been trying to work on you, and you know what I mean? Like, I know exactly what you mean. So what you're saying about other Negroes, it's you.
Right.
Like, you're doing it. It's you. You right there.
Right.
Because if you wasn't, you would at least come into the school and, you know, pay your tithes. Cook some food for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Do something. You know what I mean? Like, donate something. You know, but you don't even want to do that. You know what I mean? You don't even want to do that. But you're telling me you don't want to deal with, you know, hard-headed Negroes? You're the hard-headed Negro. You know what I mean? Like, it's man, it's a lot. That is not mean to, you know, get off, you know, but that's what it is. Where we going? Where we at?
If I could,
Go ahead.
Between 22 and 18. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going here because it's like, of course, you know, we getting close to Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you know, brothers and sisters, you know, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians all across the country, probably the world, is gonna dress their kids up as some goblin, ghoul, some warlock, some witch. You understand? Listen, man, like, in the day, man, you don't understand the spiritual trauma that you putting those kids under. And you are no better. You are a heathen. You have taken on the ways of the heathen and have become a heathen, man. And now you're passing that on to your children. They don't have a choice but to be a heathen because of you.
If I could, real quick, I'm just going to say this real quick. I'm going to say this real quick. That same person, I told him, I said, listen, I can understand you not wanting to fight.
Right.
You not wanting to do it. But don't teach these little kids around you. At least tell them, at least say, hey, I'm not going to do it, but, you know, go over there and learn from this person. Go, you know, because you know what I mean? Like, you know in your mind what's real and what's not real.
Right.
But you rather just say, you know what? I'm going to just let them be, I'm going to let them have Halloween and Christmas and
if I may.
Crazy.
They're not even saying I'm gonna let them have Halloween. They're putting it on the a kid don't know nothing about Halloween until you teach them Halloween.
They're putting it on them. They're putting it on.
You're teaching them Halloween. They come out the womb and you're dressing them up like a damn pumpkin.
Yes.
They come out the womb and you sit them in front of a goddamn tree and tell them this is your God. This is it's Christmas.
We're not. I'm not blameless. I am not blameless because when you said that, dress them up as a pumpkin, my firstborn, I put that on the he was a pumpkin. I'm telling you the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna lie. He was a little pumpkin. Okay. But that's what's so you know like, he was just 1 or 2 little, he was in a pumpkin. He was a pumpkin. That's the time you put it right. He was a pumpkin. This is my little pumpkin. Right. Okay. So and guess what? I didn't come into the truth until that little pumpkin was a grown ass man. Damn. So now you can imagine, you know, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about now? You know what I mean? How you gonna change your mind? Right. How you gonna, you know what I mean? I was a pumpkin and now I can't.
Not to cut you slack.
No, but like, so it's real rough. Like, you know, all right. I got grown kids, man, and like I'd be like, man, the Lord, man, I don't know. Sometimes I'd be like, why? You know what I mean? Like, so my kids, they look at me like I'm crazy, man. Like, this nigga is tripping. You know what I mean? Like, and the only thing I can do, because I came into the truth with certain people around me, and like at the beginning, it was one thing, and I kind of, to me, it seems like as I'm going and almost hitting, you know, a decade in the truth, they're saying damn, this nigga, I thought it was, a phase. I thought it was a fad. You know what I mean? This nigga is doing something. You know what I'm saying? So all I can do, in the earth is live and be the way I'm supposed to live and be, and tell Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians how they're supposed to live and be, and hopefully somebody will get it. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's in my immediate family or if it's just anybody in the family of the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? But that's where it's at. You just, like we read earlier, you know what I'm saying? We have to exhort one another, you know what I'm saying? And stay strong in this truth. And that's the only way people believe it, Ike. Like, damn, how long you been doing? I've watched this nigga do it for 10 years. Maybe now, all right, what you talking about? Let me, you know what I mean? Like, after 10, 15 years, they'll be like, all right, let me see what you know what I mean? Maybe Halloween is not the move. I don't know. But let me see what you got. You know what I mean? Like, so that's it. You know what I'm saying?
It's the long game for us.
Yeah. So
it's the waiting game.
Yeah. So that's it.
So like I take that back. We not waiting, man. We out here. You know what I'm saying? Like people tend to think that we waiting on Christ to crack the sky. Nigga, Christ is waiting on us to wake the hell up.
That's darn true. The Most High is waiting on you.
The Most High is waiting on you.
Waiting on you.
You think we on his? We think we on waiting on him? Yeah. Come on, man. Get real. The Most High is sitting back, chilling, waiting on you to get right.
Oh,
he not.
Most High's on fire.
Yeah, he definitely on fire. He got this place on fire. That's what let you know. So he's showing you, like, nigga, you don't see what's going on? Hey, bro, I'm gonna send these plays. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you gonna get caught up in it. You gonna be out in Halloween eating a Snicker bar, and you're gonna die from goddamn, what's that new drug? Fentanyl. You're gonna ingest fentanyl from your damn Snicker bar, from your Smarties or that powdered sugar candy that they got. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be cocaine and fentanyl and all type of diseases and drugs in your candy and your apples or whatever you're getting while you're sending your goddamn kids to get candy from strangers. Didn't they teach us not to talk to strangers? They taught us not to talk to strangers, but we can accept candy from strangers. We can go door to door, knocking on everybody's door, begging them for whatever treat they got, and it's called trick or treat. You ever thought of that? He's like, is he gonna trick me or is he gonna treat me? Well, listen, you better pray that you don't get tricked. You better pray that your children don't get tricked because you lied to them. That's what I wanted to bring out too. Because you're just lying to your kids. You lied and said that he's a pumpkin. He's not no goddamn pumpkin. Now you wonder why he think he's a girl.
You lying.
You ain't lie. You lied to him about Santa Claus coming down the chimney. Now you wonder why he disrespects you. Because you ain't ish. You ain't nothing. Santa Claus gave me everything I got. Yeah. Who are you? The Tooth Fairy gave me money. You ain't give me nothing. You understand? Like, you lied to your children your whole life. Their whole life. So what do you expect back from them? They are going to be liars. They're going to be thieves. They're going to be murderers. Because this is what you taught them to be. You understand? Meanwhile, Salaki, I kind of got to segue away from the topic. But it's all the same. It's that fire. But yeah, like you know what I'm saying? We are going to celebrate Halloween in a few days, man. Black people are going to go out and dress up as the most satanic thing they can think of because they're following the ways of the heathen. Right. And
what you're saying, like, they don't even really know what they're celebrating. They just think it's, harmless Halloween. Right. Just harmless Halloween, dress up, go out and have fun. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole, purpose of the heathen, of Satan, is to keep you distracted of what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be operating in the earth. And Halloween is not the move. Okay.
Listen, man, you wanna see Halloween, man? Go to the hood. Go to a crack house. You know what I'm saying? Go to the neighborhood nearest you, man. Go outside the school.
God dang, Itazar, why you do that? Listen, all I can do is keep it real here. Like, man, God darn, dog, why you? Listen,
this was happening. You said the truth, man. Just tell the
all
truth.
right, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Coming to the school tonight, you know, I drive. Listen, and I swear to God, I saw a couple of brothers and a sister on the corner, and now that I'm picturing it in my mind, that shit looked like Halloween. I mean, because she's on, you know, and they all. That's Halloween. Wow.
You said they was high?
They on the corner. They crackheads. They looking crazy. It's a bunch of them on the corner. And like, as you saying that, I'm like, that came into my mind because when I'm driving to school, I looked at them, you know, I'm like, God, you know, my mind like, damn, my people, you know, that's messed up. I'm looking at them looking crazy. You know what I mean? Like she looking, it was like three brothers and a sister on the corner. And they all was looking crazy. I mean, like crazy. And you said,
you want to see Halloween? Go to the.
That was I drove by Halloween. I drive by Halloween every day.
Every day. I wake up in Halloween.
Oh my God.
I sleep in Halloween. I eat Halloween. I brush my teeth in Halloween.
Wow. Wow. I see Halloween every day. Coming to this school to wake Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people up. And that is crazy. Like it was straight Halloween. Wow. That is crazy.
And that is a costume that you can't take off. That's a costume you can't take off. They're wearing a costume.
Wow.
That's not who they are. It's not their real identity.
Well, they got to be able to take it off.
Yeah, shit. So
they don't know how to take it off, but
it's rough. Right. I'll tell you that much. Right. It's a rough touch. There ain't no zipper on that costume. Wow. Yeah, it's hard to get that one off, but it can come off. I stand corrected. It can come off in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? But that's Halloween, man. You don't gotta go to no damn. You gotta go trick or treating to see Halloween. You know what I'm saying? And you want to dress your daughter up as a witch. Listen, the witch that you believe exists is not what a witch is. A witch does not have a pointy hat, a long nose, and moles all over her face. A warlock is not that. You understand? According to the Bible, man, a witch is someone who sells drugs, which is what those people was on. A witch, according to the Bible, a witch is someone who mixes potions, like they say. They mixing potions, and they putting chemicals together, adding chemicals together, and making a substance. And that substance is going to be used to bewitch someone else. You sell you got a drug dealer who gets this chemical. He takes the cocaine and then he puts it in a pot with some water. Salaki, I'm not gonna teach how to make crack, but he adds this chemical, this cocaine, to this chemical, and he mixes it together, and then he goes out and sells it. And then guess what? Whoever he sells it to is going to come back to him time and time and time and time again and ask for more. You are putting a spell on these people, man. You are the witch. You don't got to put on no costume to be no witch, man. You are the witch. Ronald Reagan is a witch, man. You understand? Well, we're going to read the scripture, what the scriptures say about witches, if I may. The book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 18. Thou shalt suffer not a witch to live. What does that mean when it says thou shalt not suffer a witch to live? They got to die, man. They got to die. Either that or you never become one. That's why the laws are so great. That's why the Old Testament was so great. You understand? Because you didn't have a choice like you have a choice today. Because you could live in your sin today. Today you can eat pork and you will never be put to death for it. You understand? by someone. You'll never be put to death by a priest and prophet.
Right.
You understand? Right. In the Old Testament, man, when in Moses' days, man, you get caught eating pork, you're getting your head chopped off. You get caught mixing potions, man. It says, suffer not a witch to live. You are going to die. And guess what? Because you knew that you would die for being a witch, man, nobody wants to be a witch. That's the power of the law, man. Nobody was gonna become a witch because they knew that the punishment for it was death. It's why those Pharisees came to Christ saying that this woman is a whore. And he said, he who is without sin cast the first stone. And you know why they didn't cast no stone? He didn't say don't stone her. He never said don't stone this woman, because Christ knew the law. He knew that whores deserve to die, just like witches deserve to die. But because those men also were whores or whoremongers, he knew that those men were witches, you know what I'm saying, and had all type of sin on them. He knew that they, listen, if y'all ain't got no sin, man, go ahead, have at it. You know what I'm saying? But they couldn't do it. They were convicted because they knew that they were whoremongers, adulterers. You understand? So they couldn't cast no stone. Christ told that woman, well, if ain't nobody else gonna stone you, I ain't gonna do it either. Go and sin no more. He didn't say
that's the heavy part.
Right.
He said, go and sin no more.
Sin no more. He called her a hoe. He said, he acknowledged it. He's like, yeah, you was a hoe. Go, don't be no hoe no more.
Yeah, he didn't say, okay, the laws are done away with.
Right.
Christ didn't say, go, the laws are done away with. Don't worry about it. No sweat.
Right.
You good to go.
Right.
He said, go this time and sin no more.
Right.
Don't do it again.
You know,
like Christ had ultimate brotherhood, man. Like he showed us brotherhood. Like, because all the Pharisees, they didn't have brotherhood. They didn't have understanding. They didn't have what we just read when it said, have understanding. What we just said, you know what I mean? Like, what was the first scripture we read?
It was in Thessalonians.
First Thessalonians. And it said, have understanding, all this, that. Christ had understanding. The Pharisees did not. They didn't use I didn't know I couldn't. I thought Halloween was gone, nigga, you dead, cast a stone, they don't care. Right. Christ said, have some understanding. Right. These niggas don't know. These brothers don't know they messed up. These sisters don't know what. Have some understanding. And Christ had understanding. So like with her about to be stoned, with her at the verge of dying, he said, you're not going to die. But go, live, breathe, but don't sin no more. You know what I mean? Like, don't do it no more. Go ahead, man.
Christ was the ultimate symbol of brotherhood. He was the ultimate. He showed you what being a sacrifice for your people was. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, not to mention he died for us. You understand? When that woman, he listened, that woman didn't have to die because he was going to die for her. And now you telling me that a man dies and you turn around and continue to be a whore? He died so that you didn't have to die for being a whore, and now you continue to be a whore. What does that tell you about his death? That ain't mean nothing. You should have died. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta have understanding. I gotta understand. I gotta suffer my people because I love them, and love suffers. You understand? And I know that I was that. You know what I'm saying? I know that I didn't live the perfect life. I know I deserve death, and Christ died for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Christ said, listen, I'm a do it. I'm going to take that charge. I'm going to take that murder charge. I'm going to take that whatever charge, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to die for it.
Right. That's that charge, right, is only for brothers and sisters who didn't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't know that, celebrating Christmas was wrong. They didn't know celebrating Halloween was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the whole point. Like, once you know this, then, you know what I mean, there's no more sacrifice for it. But, you know, that's why we go out and teach black people, because black people don't know.
You're right.
They don't know that, you know, celebrate, and they'll fight you for it because they don't know. They'll fight you about Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and all these things because they don't know. They was born into just doing it. Okay, so that's when you say, okay, now you treat them just like that woman. She didn't know being a whore, you know, sleeping with some other man besides her husband was wrong, because that's what America teach, right?
Right.
My daughter don't know that unless I tell her that.
Right.
Your sisters and brothers, they don't know that unless we tell them that. Right. So now, once I tell you that, and I save you from that death of it, you know what I mean? Like, okay, okay, now you know not to sleep with somebody who is not, that's camp. Right. You almost died. People that come out of our camp, people that are out in the street, they've been in situations where they during their die in a confrontation because she's sleeping, you know what I mean, like with you know what I mean, like some man, and she got a husband, and now her husband about to kill somebody and kill her, you know, like it was a confrontation, and it was about everybody could have died, and now she's standing in front of our camp, and we like, listen, you can't do that. You got a husband, you can't sleep with another man. Okay? Now that you know, go and don't sin no more. Right. That's what we do every day on this live at camp. You know what I mean? Like, we teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and we are long suffering, just like Paul said to be, and we go and sin no more. Now you know the truth. But now, once they know the truth, okay, so now, you know what I mean? Like, there's no more sacrifice. Now you better bring your butt up in here, because the next altercation, it's over. You're done. You're going to lose your life. You're dying. You know what I'm saying? It's over. So that's what we teach. You know what I mean? That's how we try to wake. That's the job we've been given, to wake Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people up, and how to serve our God, and how we're supposed to operate, and what we're supposed to do in the earth. Okay, where we at? To answer this. That's it. I'm done. What you got next? No. You got nothing next?
I mean, you can go to Ezekiel 37.
Zeke. Zeke, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Zeke.
That was bad.
Zeke was hardcore. Zeke.
37.
Tell me what Zeke, what you want. Bring out what you got about Zeke.
You want to break it down?
No, go ahead. You got, what you got? 37 and what?
37. You know the whole chapter.
Yeah, the whole books.
Real right. Where it says, can these bones live?
Oh shit, that's wonderful.
Okay, yeah, we can just start on.
Go ahead.
The book.
Go ahead.
Okay. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. You understand? So this is Ezekiel having a vision, man. The Most High is bringing him up to a vision, showing him you understand, the spiritual realm of what we live in today, man. You understand? Like Austin Shock brought it out earlier today, man. When he's on his way to class, you understand, this is what he sees in the streets. This is what he sees on the corners, man. You know what I'm saying? Bones, man, dry bones. They living, they are alive and well, man, but they are dry bones spiritually, man. And that's what the Most High is showing Ezekiel. Salaki. That's what the Most High is showing Ezekiel, the spiritual realm of what he sees every day. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? Ezekiel was only seeing it carnally. He was only seeing it through his carnal eyes. But then the Most High had to bring him up, like, look, I'm gonna show you something. You know what I mean? What you see on the day-to-day, you walk out in these streets, man, you see brothers and sisters on drugs. You see brothers and sisters, you know, killing each other over a block, over colors. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know, it's a church on every corner, but we all still jammed up. You understand? The Most High is showing him the valley of dry bones, man, which is where we at in these scriptures, man. Verse 2. And caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry, man. This is the vision that Ezekiel was having. There were very many. There was a ton of Israelites that didn't know their way, man. Didn't know the Most High. Didn't have the spirit of the Most High on them. You understand? The precept for it will be in Genesis, when the Most High breathed the breath of life into Adam. You know what I mean? Before the Most High breathed the breath of life into Adam, he was nothing but bones. He wasn't alive. He was alive, but he wasn't living. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Ezekiel was seeing right here, man. And caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, thou knowest. Listen, man, like he looking, he telling the Most High, like, man, listen, only you know, man. Like the way these brothers and sisters set up, man, only you know. I don't even know, man. Can they live? You asking me? I should be asking you, man. You understand? He's asking, can they live? Well, now I.S.U.P.K, man, we go out there to make those dry bones live. We go out in the street corners every Friday and Saturday in Palm Beach and prophesy to the wind, hoping that the bones will live, man. Sending out the breath of life. In Orlando, in Tampa, in Jacksonville, man, and all over the country, and overseas in the UK, in Canada, in the islands, in Jamaica, in Trinidad, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Brazil. You understand? So this is what we out here doing, man. You think we out here, like somebody told me earlier today that that the Israelites are not a threat, and basically like y'all just doing this because the white man put y'all up to it. I couldn't put my mind around it. I'm just like, I don't even want to talk to you because this is the dumbest conversation I've ever heard.
I mean, but like you gotta, get a brother, where he at in the earth and the world, you know what I mean? Like, and
Okay,
what he don't understand is the history of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Okay, but the conversation is what made me stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? But no, I hear you definitely, because I give a brother the time of day. Like, I'll sit here and talk to you, but like, he was on some, Kemet stuff, you know what I'm saying, African mumbo jumbo. So it was just it was like, okay.
Nonsense.
Nonsense. So, but it was just beyond me because, like, you think that we doing this for nothing? Like, you think that we just fools, you know what I'm saying? Just will fall for anything, and you know what I mean, and just go out here and we don't we don't even believe in what we're saying. Like, it's just crazy to me.
That's the part right there. Like, you take any individual person in the earth and you give them a purpose, and they follow it and fight for it, they believe in that. So you can't say, you know what I mean? Like, you can't say, I don't care if we're wrong.
Right.
Even if we're wrong, nigga, we believe this.
Absolutely.
You know, we believe this.
Absolutely.
Just like the white man believed, you know, Santa Claus is white and has flying reindeers. We believe that the Most High is going to send Christ back with 100 million angels. You know what I'm saying? We believe this. You know what I mean? We believe that black people are going to rule the earth one day. We believe this. Now, listen, you can say we're wrong. You can say we're crazy.
Right.
But we believe this. This is the faith of the saints. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we believe. You know what I mean? Like, and that goes back to what we read earlier. Like, you see these works? You see these works? You see what we're doing?
Right.
This is what we believe. Okay? This is what we believe in. This is what we strive for.
If I could say.
Go ahead.
So we got about 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring out the history of Halloween and stuff like that.
Let's get down. Let's get it.
And then give a couple scriptures after that. But for sure, like, it was definitely, like, it was just crazy. Like, man, like, bro, you think, like, I wouldn't fight for this, but I didn't believe in it. And it was like, brothers just making it seem like you don't even believe, like somebody puts you up to it. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, because General Muhammad was bringing out the story about how somebody, you know, Esau came to Commander YAHANNA and offered him a bag. Said, listen, we'll give you this amount of money. Big bag full of hundreds. I mean, big briefcases, 2 big briefcases full of hundreds. Said, listen, just stop what you're doing. Cease and desist. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about this no more. And Commander YAHANNA turned it down. Yeah. Commander YAHANNA turned it down, man.
That's what you're saying. That's, you know what? That seems amazing to people. That really seems amazing to people.
Right.
But like, for me, like, I grew up in the ghetto.
Right.
I grew up. I'm still there. You know what I mean? Like, and you giving me this fantasy or this dream life over what I really believe, I'd rather turn that down. I'd rather turn down a new car than what, because what, like, people, I guess they don't really grasp and understand what we believe.
Right.
Like, imagine believing that okay, here's the whole thing. Okay, you might not see it in your lifetime, but to understand and believe and know that you're going to come back into the earth. And when you come back, like, I'm looking forward to when I come back. I don't see it. I don't know it. I can't, you know, picture it. But when I come back, I am going to be like this ruler king person on the earth. I'm going to be like Joe Biden's and Donald Trump's, and, you know, that's what I'm going to be in the earth. But I have to keep these laws in this time while I'm in this condition. I have to not, you know what I mean, like, sell myself out. I have to do, you know what I mean, like, I have to do something in this lifetime to make the next lifetime the bomb. I'm doing that because I believe this junk. I believe this book. I don't believe in Mercedes-Benz. I don't believe in, you know what I mean, like, Dolce & Gabbana. I don't believe in Gucci. But I believe in this. I believe in YAHANNA. I believe in black people ruling the earth. So that's why, guess what? I'm just like Commander General YAHANNA. You came and gave me $1 million, $2 million. Listen, what am I gonna do with that? Like, what am I gonna do with that? If I took that, guess what? I'll be dead tomorrow. I'll be dead tomorrow, or very shortly after you. I'm gonna take this, go crazy. I'm gonna be dead. Nah, I'd rather live forever, have rulership forever. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather die in my poverty and obtain rulership in my next life than to serve this Halloween, than to serve Christmas, than to serve Valentine's Day, than to serve Easter. I'd rather die in my poverty and obtain rulership in my next life than to obtain any sort of, what's the word? Comfort in this life. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up, you know what I mean? Like, so that's that, man. You know what I mean? Like, we not real soldiers, you know, we don't die. We multiply. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's why we read these scriptures. That's why we read First Thessalonians. That's why we read Paul's writings, because these books that Paul and John and Matthew, these books are this New Testament is to strengthen brothers to stay strong. The Old Testament is telling you the law, telling you what it is, telling you what you shall and shall not do. The New Testament basically it's the same thing, but it's also telling you how to be strong. Don't worry about that, my nigga. Don't fall for, you know, the okie doke. Don't fall for Christmas or this. Man, stay strong. Keep your faith. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at today. We live in the New Testament right now. We in it right now. Right. Stay strong, my nigga. Stay strong. Fight. You know what I mean? And that's where we at. That's where we at today, man. Like, I don't like Commander General YAHANNA don't want money. I don't want money unless it got your house shot face up in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want your money, man. You don't think I know about poverty. What poverty gonna do to me? I was born in poverty. And what? You know what I'm saying? Then what? Hey, we right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna stay strong. Lord allow. So, you know what I mean? Until the end or to Christ's return in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? That's that. You know what I'm saying? That's that. You can go ahead and bring out what you had. You know what I mean? I'll help, you know what I'm saying? I'll read it for you, whatever. We right here.
All right. So I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like Ezekiel saw the valley of dry bones, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like he seen them skeletons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We see the witches for what they really are. You know what I'm saying? Like these dry, like I don't have to put on no costume or celebrate no Halloween to see Halloween, man. We got Halloween in the hood every day, man.
Wow.
Halloween don't just happen on October 31st for the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Every day and every night is Halloween in the ghetto, man. In the barrios, the reservations, man. You know what I'm saying? We the dry bone, we the skeletons walking around, man, with no flesh on our bodies. You understand? With no wisdom, with no understanding, with no laws, just dry bones, doing any and everything that makes us comfortable. You understand? So we, you know what I mean? It's time to come out of that spirit of Halloween. Ain't you tired of Halloween? Ain't you tired of crack? Ain't you tired of whores? Ain't you tired of drug addiction? You know what I mean? Well, we're gonna show you what the real Halloween is, man. What Halloween started as, man. It wasn't always about the dressing up and stuff, man. Mm-hmm. So we got Sam Hain real quick. I did send you a link if you want to read it. I got it pulled up right now, though. I'll text it to you.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? If it sounds sick, I can read it. Though.
Okay.
All right, so this is talking about Samhain. This is the history of Samhain, man. It is it says Samhain or Samhain is a Gaelic festival marking the end of the harvest season. Gaelic is, you know, Scottish, it's Irish. Understand? So this is what do we read in Jeremiah 10:1, man? The ways of the heathen, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Irish are heathens.
Mm-hmm.
The Irish are the Edomites. They are heathens, man. You understand? And they have a festival that marks the end of the harvest season. That's what we're in right now, the end of the harvest season, fall.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You understand? Spring was the harvest season, and then at the end of spring comes fall. All right, so it says Samhain is a Gaelic festival marking the end of the harvest season and beginning of winter or darker half of the year. It is held on November on first 1 November, but with celebrations beginning on the evening of the 31st of October. Since the Celtic day began, it ended at sunset. You understand? Which is what we know to be true. The day starts and ends at sunset.
That's right.
You understand? That's why all of our high holy days and feast days start at sunset. You know what I mean? Well, they knew that this is the truth according to the Bible, according to God. This is just what it was. Regardless of what you believed in or what God you served, the truth was that the day starts when the sun is down, not the other way around. All right, so this is about halfway between the autumn equinox and winter solstice. It is one of the 4 Gaelic seasonal festivals, along with Isupk, Beltane, and Lugnasa. Historically, it was widely observed throughout Ireland, Scotland, and the Isles of Man, where it's spelled Samhain. A similar festival was held by the Britannica Celtic people called Caelan, Gaef, and Wales. Let me drop down slightly. Samhain is believed to have Celtic pagan origins, and some Neolithic passage tombs in Ireland are aligned with the sunrise at the time of Samhain. It is first mentioned in the earliest Irish literatures from the 9th century and is associated with many important events in Irish mythology. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to show you is that these are the ways of the heathens, man. This Samhain, which is what Halloween is, the celebration of Halloween and the end of the harvest. You understand? These people celebrated this because their mythological beliefs. They celebrated this because this is their customs, and the customs of the people of the heathens are vain. You understand? So while you getting ready to go and do some event, I don't care if you're calling that Halloween. They didn't call it Halloween.
Right.
You know, so I don't care what you call it. If you're going out to keep this tradition of Samhain or Samhain or Halloween, whatever you want to call it, you are following the ways of the heathen.
Yeah.
You saying you want to add something?
Gosh, like, you know, what you're saying is so true, because like you're doing what another family of people has established. Because Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians have no clue about what you just read. Guess what they have a clue about? Putting a pumpkin on their front lawn, on their door stoop,
Right.
dressing their kids up, and going and asking for free candy.
Right.
That's all they know about it. And in reality, this was another family of people worshiping some sort of God to keep their harvest plentiful. You know what I'm saying? And black people don't know about that. You know why we don't know about that? because we don't have a harvest.
Right.
We don't have a land.
Not according to.
We don't have, fields.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have all that stuff in 2022. Guess what we have? We got Halloween.
Right.
We got our oppressor. We got Walmart. You know what I'm saying? We got Kmart. Not to make myself sound old.
Kmart ain't that old, man.
Okay. We got Kmart. We got Marshalls and Ross.
Right.
Winn-Dixie. That's what we got.
Winn-Dixie ain't that old.
Yeah, we got that stuff.
Winn-Dixie.
We don't have our own fields. We don't have our own harvest. Guess what?
What's that?
We don't even have our own God.
We got Irish.
Yeah, we got an Irish God that is going to have you, worshiping, a certain time of the year. Go ahead.
If I could, I wanted to jump to this part in the story real quick. So it just in case y'all don't know, I hope. Wait, y'all can see this, right? Yeah, y'all can see this. All right, so I'm jumping down to where are we at? So log it. So I'm gonna just read it, all right? But y'all can definitely look at this while it's on the screen. It's not on the screen, so all right. So look, this is in Wikipedia. It says the festival was not recorded in detail until the early modern era. It was when cattle were brought down from the summer pastures and when livestock were slaughtered. As at Beltane, special bonfires were lit. You know what I'm saying? You see bonfires all the time when it comes comes towards, Halloween these days. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of bonfires and, man on fire and stuff like that around this time. It says, these were deemed to have protective and cleansing powers, and there were rituals involving them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the man on fire is about, if I'm not mistaken. They put this big old mound. They actually build a stick figure man out of a bunch of, wood or whatever, and they set it on fire. And that's what they say. It's for protection and cleansing. This is what they do with sage. They burn the sage and walk around their house with the sage, smoking up the house, saying it's gonna protect and cleanse the house. You know what I mean? These are the ways of the heathen, man. These were deemed to have protective and cleansing powers, and there were rituals involving them. Like Beltane, Samhain was a liminal or threshold festival, and the boundary between the world and the other world thinned, meaning that AOC, the spirits or fairies, could more easily come into our world. It's Halloween, goddammit. Most scholars see the AOC as remnants of pagan gods. At Samhain, they were appeased with offerings of food and drink to ensure the people and their livestock survived the winter. The souls of dead kin were also thought to revisit their homes, seeking hospitality, and a place was set at the table for them during a meal. You understand? This is their feast, man. This is what they're doing to come together. And Black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people want to come together with them, man. You know what I'm saying? They doing the whole feast and all, man. Setting up the table. You know what I'm saying? Just like they do with all of their holidays. You know what I'm saying? Drop down real quick. Mumming and guising were part of the festival from at least the early modern era, whereby people went door to door in costume, reciting verses in exchange for food. What does that sound like, man? What does this sound like? People going door to door in costumes in exchange for food, man. This is your trick or treat. This is Sam Hain. It's one in the same. Bars. Like, it's not a song. But you understand, like, this is what they did, man. And you are teaching your children Irish heathen customs. You're teaching them how to be a heathen, man. You're showing them the ways of a heathen, and now they are becoming one. You understand? Read on. The costumes may have been a way of imitating, and disguising oneself. The AOC, from the AOC, so like divination was also a big part of the festival and often involved nuts and apples. And they used to have during Halloween, they would bow for apples. They still do it. I ain't been around, but yeah, they still doing apple bobbing.
Ain't none of them things changed. They ain't come up with nothing new. It's the same this thing that's what it's based off of.
Well, here we go.
Still what it's based off of.
That's what I was about to tell you right now, if I could. So it says, in the 9th century, the Western Church endorsed the 1st of November as the date of All Saints' Day, possibly due to the influence of Alcuin. Now, of course, these are devils, man. These ain't the real Christians. You understand? The followers of Christ did that. They followed Christ. And Christ ain't celebrating no Samhain or Halloween. You understand? He kept Hanukkah. He kept the Passover. He kept the Feast of Tabernacles. He didn't keep Halloween, man. If you so-called believe in the Bible, or you call yourself a Christian, man, and you celebrating Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all these pagan holidays, you are nothing more than an antichrist. You are a devil worshiper because you're worshiping the Irish. You're worshiping the Romans. You're worshiping the Greeks. They are the devils that the Bible speaks of, and you follow them. You understand? You don't follow Christ.
Nah, I'm saying what the brother's saying is so right, because like you said, if you're doing anything that like they're teaching, right? Guess what? If you believe that you are a Christian like Christ, right, he followed what? The Old Testament. Right. And the Old Testament tells him what days he's supposed to follow and what days, he should celebrate in Leviticus chapter 11, right? 23? Right. So if you read chapter 23 and Halloween's not in there, guess what? It's a problem. It's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, so just go to this Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. You know what I mean? You think you that you are a follower of Jesus Christ, and you believe you follow Christ and God and all this, that, and the third, but you in the Christian church and you in this, that, and you in that. Go to the book of Leviticus chapter 23 and find Halloween, find Christmas, find Thanksgiving, find Valentine's Day, and then get back, holler back at me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's it. That's what that's what Offsites is all bringing out. Well, he's doing it very eloquently. Okay, most time Christ.
I'm gonna try to finish this real quick.
Okay.
So 1st of November is All Saints Day. It says in the 2nd of November later became All Souls Day. It is believed that over time Samhain and All Saints, All Souls influenced each other and eventually syncretized into the modern Halloween. Most American Halloween traditions were inherited from Irish and Scottish immigrants. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what you'll find out about a lot of the cultures that we keep in America and abroad today, man. Like we kept this Halloween culture from the Irish and the Scottish. And then we kept the Rastafarian culture with the dreadlocks and the smoking weed from the East Indians.
Right.
And then we kept, the Christmas from the Caucasians, the Russians. You understand? We keeping all their traditions. What about ours? What about our traditions? What about our days?
Do we even know?
Do we even know what they are?
Yeah.
You understand? Do we know that we have days? Right. We don't even know we have days, let alone do we know what they are. We don't even know we have days. All we know is whatever masters say we celebrate today, that is what we celebrate. You understand? Well, it's time that we find out that we have our own culture. We have our own high holy days. We have our own language, man. Our own identity. Everything that you ever lacked in America as a slave, man, is right here in that Bible. And you wonder why they didn't let you read the Bible. You wonder why they wanted you to accept all their culture. Now you dress like them. You talk like them. You walk like them. You wear your hair like them. You done took on everything that a heathen done did and learned all his ways. And now what happened to yours? What happened to your ways? Yeah. I know you want to say something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you right on it. You right on it, Cesar. I can't say too much. You know what I mean? Like you busting it down. You know what I mean? You getting everybody right on point. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like you said, guess what? Black people don't know. They have their own. Like that's the scripture we brought out in the beginning of the class. Like we don't know that we are a separate people. We have our own culture. Right. We have a God. We have a you know what I mean, a way of life. We have these things. Why do we need to, you know, learn the ways of somebody else's culture when we have our own culture? And you know, like I have to think about like what I deal with, you know, real up close and personal. So I got a little sister, okay, and I remember she went off to college and back and forth, and I said, you know, and she came back and she was like, all she could talk about was, you know, the white man's culture, going and learning, you know, beta pop, you know, there, and I was like, I said, that's not who you are. I said, I told her, I said, and I know it might have been rough, but I told her, I said, what you need to do is go to Jamaica and find your daddy and find out what his daddy did. And his daddy, you know what I mean? Like, find out your culture. Find out what the heck you are about, what your people. And you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, we don't want to have nothing to do with our people, man. We want to find out about some Greek stuff, some Italian stuff, and some, you know what I mean, and beta, you know, we want to go around the earth and just worship white people and love their culture and perpetuate what they did and how they did it. What about what the freak niggas did? What about what Negroes did? Right. What about what Moses did? Right. What about what Jeremiah did? What about what, you know, YAHANNA did? Them your people, my man. Yeah, and that's what we gotta want. That's what we gotta learn to want. This book that is like no other book on the earth. This book is Black culture. This book is Black history. This book is Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. Find out about that. Go and find out about that. Go and read what your people did. Go and learn what your people did and follow that. Okay, go do that. Just for 5 minutes. Give the white man a rest. Give him a break. Give him some time. You know what I mean? Like, and go and find out what we did. Go and find out about niggas, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go find out the truth about them. Because you ain't got to go far. You know why? I got scholars like Officer Itazar who is willing to teach you and show you Like all you gonna do is listen and learn. This brother is right here teaching and learning and showing you what your people did, what you are about, what you're supposed to be doing. Why don't you listen to him instead of listening to Joe Biden, raggedy, stink, decrepit behind? Listen to I.S.U.P.K. And that's, you know, like, what else can I say? That's where we at. That's where we're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, pay homage to, you know, the men who are trying to, you know, save your life. The men who are trying to show you what you're supposed to be doing in the earth. In 2022, I can see if we were saying we was in, you know, Christ. It's 2022, and we got all these books and this. We got the internet. You still don't know what you're supposed to be doing. That's because you don't want to listen to the men of the Israelites. Yeah, the men of the Most High, the prophets and priests, who's telling you not to learn the ways of another family. I'll be to darn if the white man is, you know what I mean? Like, he know your culture, right, but is he trying to live it? No. Is he practicing it? Is he doing it? Or is he keeping his own culture? And the Chinese man know the Negro's culture and history. Yeah. But is he living it and doing it? No. So why are we learning and doing the ways of the heathen, the other people, the other family? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if you can hear my voice, learn your way. Learn what you're supposed to be doing. Learn how you're supposed to be living under what your people did, your history, not somebody else's history. Okay? So what if your part of your history is you were the slave? So what? Why were you the slave? Figure that out. Okay? Figure out why were you the slave. Figure out who is your God and why would he put you in slavery. And you know what I mean? Like, and embrace all of that and serve your people and your God. Okay? That's all I got. That's all I can say.
Well, I wanted to go to Second Maccabees.
We can do it.
No, I want to look at people, you know.
We over
the time, so you know what I mean.
Second Maccabees, at least give them the scripture and maybe they'll go read it on their own.
Well, you know,
we didn't go there already?
No, we didn't go to them. It's about Hanukkah,
okay,
which is coming up December 17th.
All right.
First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 55. Down that area, but yeah, we ain't got it.
Yeah, just hey, First Maccabees. Go ahead and get into it. That is in the Apocrypha. Okay, the hidden books.
Give them something to come back for. You know what I mean?
Go ahead and read that book and learn about that. Is a heavy book. That is heavy history. Yeah. Like that history. That you know what I mean? Like that history is like no other people in the earth. Nobody else did what we did in the earth. You know what I mean? Like, so if you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, man, like there is no, if you are in this family, you should want to flaunt this. You should want, you know what I mean? Like to be like, I am a Negro, Hispanic, or Native Indian because we are the greatest people. We got the greatest history and you should want to, you know what I mean? Like, perpetuate that in the earth, okay? That's what you should want to do.
So tune in next time on Universal Practical Knowledge.
Right.
All right, man.
Nah, go ahead.
All right, so you know what I'm saying? With that, man, we're going to salute out. I'll make sure y'all hit that like and share button. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that YouTube algorithm and all that stuff, man. You know, you want to help spread this truth. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have to wait on Kanye West to have input on the on what the I.S.U.P.K talks. See, they trying to get me to say something. Wu Wang said, "I am a white person."
Oh, okay.
Well, listen, man, make a big healthy donation.
What else? What else? What does that mean? You white? I don't. What is that? What do it mean? That's like Joe Biden. I can send a letter to the White House. I'm a black person. He's gonna be like, okay, what they got to do with me? He is about Caucasian society and white privilege and all that. Nigga, what are you talking? What does they got to do with me? I don't know. Go ahead and read it. I don't know. What does they got to do with me? Okay, if you are a white person, why don't you go ahead and learn the culture of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and learn that you are supposed to be a servant. Serve us, you know what I'm saying? Dump your bank account into our treasury account, you know what I'm saying? Come into the school and come clean our toilets, okay? Come mop our floors, you know what I'm saying? Do what, you know what I mean? Like, according to my God and according to my culture, that's what anybody who's not in this family is supposed to do. Okay?
I may.
Go ahead.
I definitely want to emphasize that point. You know what I'm saying? Empty that bank account. I mean, listen. Listen, he doesn't take this seriously.
Yeah,
like your people have, you know, the Caucasian race has stolen everything from black people.
They stole everything from
every damn.
You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna give y'all an example. Listen to me real quick. I can't give you an exact timeline, but as I grew up in the earth, okay, when I first was born into the earth, there was no such thing as a white person saying that they were South African. But what happened was they went over there and they colonized South Africa. And it only took like a decade. And once they were over there for a while, now they want to perpetuate to the earth that they are South Africans. When they immigrated to that place, they're not the original people of that place. But now they have flags and everything saying that they are South Africans. And if you know the history of white people, Caucasian race, that's what they've done throughout their whole history. That's what they've done throughout time, is they go and they colonize certain land masses, and they turn around and call themselves that, you know, that people.
Sounds like what they did to Israel.
They did that to Australia. You know what I mean? Like they did that to America. They're not the original people of this earth, of this land. But they come over here, kill everybody. You know what I mean? And why are they able to do that? I'll give you a scripture. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Mm-hmm. The wicked rule today. So now this wicked people that rule the earth are able to go to every landmass and colonize it. They're doing it today, and over there and where the Islam people are at. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's so much turmoil over there. Not too long ago, this lady, she died because she didn't want to wear her headpiece, or, you know, the head wrap or whatever, cover herself up. Why do you think she did that? Because America went over there and started giving them Christianity, you know what I mean? Giving them certain kind of freedoms. And this woman fell for it. And she lost her life for it. She lost her life for listening to white people telling her that she has the right to uncover her face in a goddamn nation of people that they have nothing to do with. But she fell for it. And she lost her life for it. Mm-hmm. It's a fight. It's that colonization. It's a fight and a strive. Sometimes it's not as easy as the white man wanted to be, and sometimes it is. But right now, that's his whole thing, to colonize the whole earth and make the whole earth believe that you can be whoever you want to be. Mm-hmm. Homosexuality is an alternative lifestyle. Pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is a delicacy. This thing that America established right here, they push it all over the earth, and that they're a virus. White people are a virus. You know what I mean? Like, and they are plaguing the earth. And until Christ returned and put blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in control of the earth, this earth will be in turmoil, in sadness, and it's written in our records. It's written in our truth. So, you know, if you are Caucasian, why do you, you know, unless you want to, you know, be a good slave, like niggas have been a good slave to white people, don't come on my page, you know what I mean, telling me you're Caucasian. What you want to do is come on my page and ask me how you can serve the nigga God. Okay? That's what you want to do. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, man, you white, man, you had a big bank account because of our ancestors, man, our forefathers. So what you should do, you know what I'm saying, why you want to come up on this black channel, what you need to do is empty that bank account, man. You know what I'm saying? We take Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, all of that, man. Like, empty that bank account because it's the least you could do after your people have gained everything. And I do mean everything from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But, you know what I'm saying? Of course, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. So, and he's a greedy bastard. So, I mean, you know, do what you want. Who's stopping you, right? You just some guy who decided, what is your name? Wu Wang. He's white with a Chinese name. Yeah. All right.
He's the last samurai.
Yeah, he's the last something. Probably the last to pass his class bar. But hey, with that, man, we're gonna salute all the brothers and sisters. That's all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. We want to say Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Shabrakadam. It means Most High in the name of Christ, bless you. You know what I'm saying? For the sisters, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian sisters, Yahweh Shamar al Athan, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, which means may the Lord watch over you and bless you in the name of Yahweh Shai. All right. Shalom.